there was a rule change that came out a couple of weeks ago. They're going to wind the clock on a first down now, right? Is this a game time concern? Is that what it is? Like pace of play? Has there actually been this conversation in college football that 4-hour games are a little bit much? Dan? So it's happening?
Yeah, they're going to wind the clock. They're no longer stopping after first downs, except the last 2 minutes of the games, which is really the most important part, and opens up the middle of the field, right? And you can get a first down over the middle. You can even run the ball and go down and huddle up fairly quickly, which is an important part of the college game. It's really hard. The NFL players can kind of do it, but it's one thing when you have Burrow and Mahomes and those guys.
Right.
It's another when you have a college offense trying to just use the sideline to stop the clock. So you're going to keep that. But, yeah, they were trying to speed up the game a little bit. The games were getting too long. They certainly weren't going to cut the number of commercials, which would be the easiest way to speed up the game. Anyone has sat through this. It was also some player safety. This will take, they're not sure. 7 minutes, 7 plays a game out. Well, you do that over the season. That's basically a whole game. They're expanding the college football playoffs. Some teams are going to play 16 games. You could conceivably play 17 games. So they're sensitive to that. And so they're expanding the season. There's more games for certain teams. By taking the plays out, it's not how many games you play. It's like pitching, right? It's not how many innings you pitch, how many pitches you throw. So it's sort of a dual thing on that they're going to take some plays out. It should save some stay, and it should, I don't know. Fans are college football fans are very passionate. They're not looking for less college football, but others, the more casual viewer, is going to be more interested probably in a 3-hour, 10-minute game than a 3-hour, 45-minute game.
And then what about any seismic shifts in conferences, things of that nature? I know the Pac,
they're always rumbling.
I know that. I mean, Pac-12 still has a TV deal to maybe land or not. Dion's there now. Does that make it more, interesting for a television package? That Prime is now there in Colorado. Is there any other conference seismic shifts that are in the ether that you can give us a heads up on?
Prime does not hurt. Well, there's no question about that. He should generate some interest. Of course, you're signing a multi-year deal, and you have no idea how long Deion Sanders will coach Colorado. There's no guarantee. It's not tied to that. You tie in Colorado, but you wouldn't be able to assure that Deion Sanders is there. But he certainly does not help, and he brings a lot of excitement to the league. What the Pac-12 deal looks like is going to be important. The Big 12 is ready to take from the Pac-12. And if this deal is not financially competitive with what the Big 12 can offer, and in terms of exposure, how much is on streaming? Streaming might pay, but for recruiting and promotional purposes, you need to be on over-the-air or cable or something that kids are seeing, not logging into something. So it's a dual track there for the Pac-12. They need to come up with a good competitive program, and I think everybody in the Pac-12 wants to stay together. But if not, the Big 12 is sitting there. Certainly Oregon and Washington are very desirable programs. The Big 10 right now has said they're not going to expand anymore, but that can all change. But even the what they call the corner schools, Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado, the Big 12 would love to add those ones. And does that, if they can sit there and say, hey, you'll make more money and be on TV more, come here. So this deal is, almost every late June, there's some huge thing. Oklahoma, Texas go to the SEC 2 years ago. USC, UCLA go to the Big 10 last year. Does this blow up? Everyone's waiting on that Pac-12 deal, and it's impossible to predict what would happen until that gets done.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.